Hello, boys and girls. You're listening to the Inexperience Points podcast. This is episode 11 on the 20th of October. We're here to talk about video games. My name's James, Jimmy Pap Shepherd, and I'm joined by Chris McCormick. Say hello, Chris.
Hello.
Here he is. So we'll get right into it, and I'd like to hear about what games you've been playing this past week or two-ish.
Okay, well, not much has changed with me, really. I've just been balls deep in Metal Gear, mainly.
Super.
And it's funny because I'm not even sure where to start, because I think last time we spoke, was I saying I was about mission 16 or something?
Yeah, maybe not even that far. I know you'd not got too far into it by that stage.
Yeah. Well, I've done pretty much a lot of milestones since then. I think the next mission I've got is the very last mission.
Oh, really?
So I've almost finished, but I haven't quite finished. So I'm not sure what the ending's going to be.
Okay,
but that's going to be the next step. And I think it's come at a good time, because although I've loved playing it and I've put loads of hours into it, I think I'm getting to that point now where I've probably had enough.
Yes.
I think once I've seen the whole story and the ending, I'm not sure whether I'm going to jump straight back into it to mop everything up.
No, that's fair. You can't have too much of a good thing.
Yeah, well, as I say, I've played it loads and I've got what I wanted from it so far. So I don't think there's a huge amount more I'm going to get from it. But
no, don't want it to outstay its welcome.
No, but it's such a good game. I'd say it's not perfect. You know, there are a few niggles with it.
No, no one's perfect. Even you and me. We were pretty damn close, but
yeah,
about 99%-ish, give or take.
Yeah, certainly getting there. But it's on the whole, it's really good. As I say, there's been a few things that kind of niggles, like whenever you're going into and coming away from missions, there's like a helicopter scene. Okay. So and the same for going back to your mother base. And when you've done this so many times, and you're sat in your helicopter watching as it comes in and goes away from missions, it can just drag a bit. And
sure.
With there being so many missions, like 50 or whatever, it's just, and you're replaying things over and over, stuff like that starts to grate. And there's been another few kind of frustrating moments. I remember one mission, which was a couple of weeks ago now, where I think it's trying to give you a taster for the online mode, and it doesn't really give you a heads up that if you fuck it up, it pretty much kills off a load of your staff.
Oh shit!
On mother base. So I remember getting wound up at that, because I just went in not really knowing, expecting to be able to redo this mission, and you can redo it, but it killed off a load of like my mother base staff that obviously spent some of the rest of the game.
It's Fallout Shelter all over again.
Yeah, games like doing that to me. They like killing off my lovely staff without really giving me much chance. But they're just a few things that have just sprung to mind. When I've been playing it, there's been times where I thought, that could be improved or whatever. But on the whole, yeah, I've been loving it. And say pretty much everything in the story's happened now, apart from whatever happens in the final mission. So I've been through quite a lot of... Oh yeah, that was another thing I thought. It doesn't seem... I've always said that Metal Gear's one of those games that's really good for boss battles.
Right.
And there haven't really been that many in this one.
Oh, okay.
I think I could count them on one hand, without stating what they are and who they are. So,
yeah, I've never really played for any of them, but even I'd heard that boss battles are quite an important part of the series generally. So...
Well,
it's quite surprising.
Yeah, like the earlier ones, the games weren't that big, and it was almost like you were moving from one epic boss battle to another. Like if you think of the first one, there's Sniper Wolf and Psycho Mantis and that Raven guy whose name Vulcan Raven, and some of them you fight a few times, and they're quite a highlight. In fact, because the games are so small, the bosses make up quite a significant percent of of the games in the early ones.
And the cutscenes.
Oh yeah, and the cutscenes. Yeah, yeah. This one hasn't been as bad for cutscenes by any stretch. There's been a few that have been a bit boring. That's another criticism I say. And I've been watching some cutscenes. I've just been like, oh, hurry up. But that's nothing compared to with what like 4 was like. I'm pretty sure in 4 there was an hour and a half cutscene.
I did hear
ridiculous.
about that.
So yeah, so that was another thing that struck me as a bit odd. There's, especially compared to the size of the game, the bosses aren't as much of a feature. Especially one character that I won't really go into, but I expected a boss battle. In fact, a couple of them. I expected more boss battles out of them, and some of them didn't even happen at all. Like, didn't even fight them or fight them again or whatever. So I just, boss wise for Metal Gear, it seemed a bit lacking. But yeah, cool.
Overall, fairly positive.
Yeah, very positive. Yeah, I've been very, very addicted to it, and I've really enjoyed playing through it. But yeah, there's just a few things I picked up on that I think kind of hold it back, should we say?
So, had time for anything else?
I squeezed in time to play Unmechanical.
So this is one of the PS Plus games.
Yeah, so we talked about this last week, and that I said it's quite... The name's just a bit... Doesn't really mean anything, unmechanical. Does that mean biological? What does it mean if something's unmechanical? Not mechanical?
So, after playing it, do you now understand what it means?
No, because it seemed pretty mechanical.
Oh, what?
Well, for a start, you're a little character that's like a little helicopter thing.
Okay.
I thought that's quite mechanical. And then you're in some sort of underground industrial area with switches and things that kind of mechanical.
So not only is the name of the game stupid, but it's also misleading.
Well, perhaps, unless there's some sort of big reveal later on that shows that everything down there is unmechanical.
Right.
So I don't really know what that's all about.
But what did you think of the game itself?
It didn't really grip me. Yeah, I just went into it I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know what it was. Turns out it's a puzzle game.
Is it
basically
like Mousecraft? Because it looks like Mousecraft.
No, not really.
Okay.
It's kind of linear. There's no levels or anything. It's just one area moving to the next, and you have to just solve puzzles kind of almost in order to proceed to the next bit. And all you can really do is lift. So you're this little helicopter-y thing. And it's like a face with propellers. And
Right.
it was quite cute, actually. I felt sorry for it. The game starts, you're just flying around with your friends, and then you get either fall down a hole or sucked down it or something. You end up in this horrible, dark, dingy underground area, away from all your mates, and you think, oh, poor little guy. But all you can really do is lift objects with some sort of kind of lifty beam thing. So, it's all about... It's just a puzzle game, really. And I'm not that bothered about puzzlers, to be honest. They never... Indie puzzler. Yeah, they don't really grip me a lot. So
me neither.
Did a few levels and thought, I think I've had enough of that for one day.
Or for one lifetime.
Possibly one lifetime, yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
That's it,
apart
is
from
it?
my toilet game. Yeah.
Okay. I'll move on to my shit then, shall I?
Please do.
From one crappy PS Plus game to another, I tried to rattle through a few of them to get a bit of an impression. So none of them I've played for an extended period of time, but I've given a few of them a bash. So the first one I tried was Kung Fu Rabbit on the PlayStation Vita, and it is absolutely shocking.
So I'm guessing this involves a rabbit doing kung fu.
Yeah,
I'd be disappointed
of.
if it didn't. Sort of. Why, is it Tai Chi instead, or?
Well, it is kung fu, but it doesn't really feel like you're actually fighting. You just kind of have to walk behind an enemy, and then he automatically like karate chops him or something, knocks him out. Basically, it's this really awful generic 2D platformer where it's sort of stealthy, but sort of not, and you have to collect carrots, and it's awful. Have you heard of Mark of the Ninja?
Yeah.
So
that was an indie.
Yes, that's right. So that's a good indie 2D stealth platformer. This is basically like the worst version of that game you can imagine, just with a fucking rabbit as a mascot.
Is there any real incentive for this rabbit, or is he literally just out there for his carrots? It's just a carrot haul.
If there was a story, I didn't pay attention to it. So that's Kung Fu Rabbit.
2 thumbs up from you.
2 paws up.
Yep.
There's another Kung Fu kind of themed game. I don't know if that's sort of the theme this month. Called Kickbeat. And I was actually literally just playing it while I was waiting for you to get ready for the podcast.
Okay,
just kind of sat there, thought I'd kill a bit of time. And it's better than Kung Fu Rabbit. I'll give you that.
Well, you say, yeah, that could be anything really, couldn't it?
It could, yeah.
It's a bit like saying it's better than a piece of turd.
Yeah. So, Kickbeat, it's actually a music game of sorts. A music and fighting game. And I quite like rhythm games. They're pretty fun. I enjoyed that Frederick Resurrection of Music. Was that Last Times, I think? I can't remember now. That was quite good. So what this is, you're a kung fu man. You're in the centre of a circle, and enemies kind of descend on you from outside of the circle, and they come and attack you in a rhythm. So you have to press the face buttons to hit them at the right time.
Right.
Which is quite basic in theory, but there's actually quite a lot of added complexity to it. And there's different types of enemies that attack in different patterns. So some you'll know that they attack at a really fast kind of beat. Others you have to attack 2 at a time. There's also power-ups and special attacks and score multipliers and all sorts of stuff. It's actually quite fun. It's pretty mental. Bit chaotic. You can't really understand what's going on a lot of the time. And the music is interesting. Do you remember, let's say about 12 years ago, when like rock music was actually cool? It's 10, 12 years ago, maybe. Like when everyone wore their awful baggy hoodies.
Oh,
and people were into Limp Bizkit and all that kind of thing.
Korn, Slipknot, yeah. Wearing chains.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The wallets with the chains on.
Yep.
What were we thinking? And those awful shirts, the black shirts with the flame patterns on. Did you have one of those?
Yeah, I remember those, yeah.
Oh,
I don't think I ever had one of those, thankfully. But
with your baggy jeans.
I definitely had baggy jeans, yeah.
What
I did have a chain.
Excellent. So, yeah, the music for me kind of harked back to that era. Kind of nu metal, rap rock kind of stuff, which I didn't exactly expect, but it's actually quite funny. It makes it hard to take the game too seriously, and I don't think it tries to take itself seriously anyway.
I'd like to think not, if it's doing kung fu to rap rock.
Yeah. I noticed there's Marilyn Manson in the game. That's one song that's in there. That's not rap rock.
Oh, right,
obviously.
so it's actual... I didn't realise it was proper artists.
I think so. The first levels I played, I didn't recognise them. I just thought they were made up, but then I noticed that the next level is Marilyn Manson. Haven't played it yet, but... So it does seem to have real music in it.
Do you know which song it is by Marilyn Manson?
Ooh. Oh, Beautiful People.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that one?
Yeah, I was thinking it might, because it's got that kind of driving beat.
It has. So
so that makes sense.
I think it'd be good for that. So yeah, Kickbeat. That was interesting. Played that.
Sounds fun.
And the final one is Broken Age. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, we discussed it last week.
Did we?
Yeah, because I was saying, is that anything to do with Broken Sword? And you were like, no.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I have actually watched reviews of Broken Age. I just forgot what it was by the name. There's 2 main characters, and it's what they called like an old school
Point and click adventure game, sort of.
That's the one, yeah.
And I didn't actually realise that's what it was. So it's by Double Fine. For whatever reason, I thought it was going to be like Psychonauts, which was that cult classic 3D platformer which everyone loved and no one bought. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like that, but yeah, it's actually a point and click adventure game. It's quite good. There's a lot of character to it. I'm not very far through it yet. The visuals are nice, quite a nice art style, and it's got a good sense of humour. So I don't really know much of what's going on yet, but basically you're a kid flying through space in a spaceship. Well, kid, I don't know, lad. He's not that young. So he's flying through space, and his mum and dad are the AI of the ship or something. And basically they're just kind of keeping him safe. And he's wanting to go out and do some real adventuring. But to keep him satisfied, they just send him on these really silly fake missions. And it'll be like, save these people from... I don't know, they're stuck. These people are stuck. You need to go to this planet and save them. And they need rescuing. So the ship flies there, and you go there, and it's just two people who are kind of in on it. These weird creatures, they're just sat in ice cream. Like, oh, help us, what are we going to do? And then you have to eat the way out. So you have to eat all the ice cream and rescue them. Which sounds a bit stupid, but it's actually quite funny the way it's done. And because it's a point and click adventure game and you have choices to make, you can deliberately defy your parents, well, like the AI that sent you to do the mission, because it's just taking the piss. Like there's one where there's a train track that's kind of a roller coaster train track thing that's it's kind of broken and they're headed off a cliff, but it's just kind of done on purpose, and you can just deliberately make them come off the cliff.
Well,
you meant to rescue them and put the track back in place and save the day, but I just deliberately switched the track out, so you'll sort of go plummeting to your death. But because it's a fake mission, you don't actually die. It's got like squidgy foam at the bottom.
Oh, I see. So these AI parents are just amusing their son.
Yeah, they're just kind of coddling him. And
how old is he again?
It doesn't say. I'd say it could be 16, could be 18, maybe. So what it looks like...
He's not 18.
Well, what it looks like, the point of the game is that he manages to break free from that, and I'm just starting to do that now and go on some real missions.
So you haven't played the other person yet?
No, I've not played a lot of it yet.
Because there's the other person in there.
Oh yeah, the other person. Yeah, I've not got round to trying her out yet. You could kind of choose who to play as. You might be able to swap between them at will. But I've just been the lad so far, so I don't know anything about the girl.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Right. So that was a good chunk of PS Plus games.
Yeah, done well.
Yeah, not bad. One final thing I wanted to mention. I mean, I've been playing some Witcher, which is great, but I don't think there's much else we have to say about The Witcher, is there really?
No, apart from I've ordered that other one that comes with Gwent.
Oh!
It comes with actual Gwent cards.
Yeah, the Hearts of Stone expansion.
Yeah, as if I need an expansion. Still nowhere near the first.
You don't need an expansion, but you do need Gwent.
But I did want to get the Gwent, real-life Gwent cards, yeah, so I ordered it.
Great. I look forward to that. Yeah, so I won't mention anything about The Witcher other than
just carrying on.
I'm loving it. But the final thing I've played a bit of was the Star Wars Battlefront beta, which was a little while ago now, a few days ago. And I'm not a Star Wars fan at all, but I like Battlefield. This is basically Battlefield, but with a Star Wars hat on.
Yeah, it could go either way, really, couldn't it? I don't think I'd want my Star Wars to be too Battlefield-y, but
No. In fairness, it does feel distinct and like it has its own character. I was actually expecting it to be more like a Battlefield game, but even though there's some similarities to the mechanics, it's definitely its own thing. So there's a couple of modes you could play in the beta. One of them is kind of a quick round capturing points mode where, what are they, drones? No, I don't think they're drones. I don't know. Some things fall from the sky and basically you have to capture them. And it's a pretty quick game mode set on a small map. And that's just quite fun. It's like if you didn't have much time, that'd be the kind of mode you'd choose, just to bash a quick game or two out. Yeah. Quite enjoyed that. It's not something you'd play over and over again. You'd get a bit bored of it, but it's a nice short blast of fun. So that was cool. And then there's a big mode, which is it? I think it's a battle on Hoth or something. One of the famous things from the films, isn't it? That all the nerds clamor
the snowy
over.
Planet.
Yeah.
That's the one.
It was pretty cool, to be fair. I didn't really understand what was going on half of the time. So much going on. It's just kind of walkers everywhere, loads of objectives. Darth Vader was kicking about. I was fighting Darth Vader. He's quite badass.
Sorry, did you say this was single player or was this multiplayer?
This is multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
So this was online against other beta players.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's pretty good, to be honest. The main thing which really stood out to me and made it feel very different from Battlefield is how the guns handle. It makes sense really if you think about it, but Battlefield is obviously kind of semi-realistic-ish. Not really, but it kind of tries to be a little bit true to real life. Whereas, obviously in Star Wars, they're firing these blasters.
Yep.
And so stuff like recoil is not really so much of an issue. And
no, I don't think I ever noticed any recoil. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you have a cooldown on most of the weapons, so you can't just keep firing constantly, but there's a lot more running and gunning. You can just kind of jump around and run and shoot without worrying about your accuracy dropping too much. So it feels quite a lot more arcadey than Battlefield, and it's quite good, quite an action-packed game. I think it'll be worth picking up, even someone who's not a Star Wars fan.
Did you see any lightsabers?
Only Darth Vader.
And was that a player or a...
Yeah, that was actually a player. So from what I can tell, you have like two commanders or whatever. So you have Darth Vader, and then you have what's the good guy called?
Luke.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker. I think he's the other one. So you have one player on each team who's them, and they're pretty super powered, go around kicking ass, but everyone else has just got their blasters and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, it was alright. I was impressed.
Sounds fun. I think I would have given it a go actually if I hadn't been so addicted to Metal Gear.
Well, absolutely.
I did. Yeah, it did. Because there was a few guys at work talking about it as well, and it did just seem, worth giving it a go. To see what's cracking off.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what the full game's like, because it was definitely quite limited. It gave you good enough of a taster, but it looks like there's a lot more to the full game, which is what you want, obviously.
Yeah.
Sweet. We'll move on to our lovely features now, shall we?
Yep.
And I'd like to start by listening all about your toilet game this week.
Ah, yes, Blocky Road.
Blocky Highway.
Oh, sorry.
Bloody hell, you don't even know the name of the game you were playing. That's
Blocky
shocking,
Highway.
mate.
Well, Blocky Road, Blocky Highway,
it's all the same, isn't it? Crossy Road, Blocky Highway.
Yep.
Same shit.
Blockcraft.
Blockcraft, yeah.
That famous game.
What all the kids are playing. So, how did you get on with Blocky Roadway?
Well, the positive thing I can say about Blocky Roadway is, unlike Unmechanical, I wasn't confused by the name. So Blocky Highway, there is a highway in it, and you control blocky Lego-esque vehicles.
Sure.
It's an endless runner. There's an accelerate button, a brake button, and you tilt your device to turn. And when you crash, you lose.
You loved it, didn't you? I can tell.
No.
No. Oh no.
No, I didn't. It was just it got pretty boring pretty quick. In fact, it was. I wouldn't even say it was ever really fun, but you just basically repeating the same level over and over again. Barely any variety in the entire thing. It's just there's about 2 levels, and one of them you don't even unlock anyway for a bit. There's a load of different vehicles, and I unlocked some of them. To be fair, if they do handle any differently, it wasn't very obvious.
Nah, maybe just cosmetic.
Yeah, that's the impression I got, although I could be wrong. It's not like I played it too thoroughly. Yeah. And the same usual kind of free-to-play model stuff going on with coins.
Yeah.
And ads. You could pay to get rid of the ads. It wasn't a lot, to be fair. I think it was like 69p. I don't know if you could buy the in-game coins. I'd guess you could, but I didn't. Just collected them up by completing tasks. But you are just literally driving down highway, avoiding other vehicles, and you get more points by surviving longer, near misses, and there's some bonuses at the end where when you crash, if you crash into more vehicles to create more chaos, you get more points. And one thing I found odd about that is that everything about the game I thought was designed towards kids. But then when you're getting awarded points for causing car crashes, I think, that's not, I'm not sure how responsible that is, but whatever.
That's a fair point. That's a fair thing to bring up. So, probably your top 5, in your top 5 somewhere of mobile games, Blocky Highway would sit comfortably within that, is what you're saying.
Well, I'm not sure if I've got many favourite mobile games.
Least unfavourite?
Yeah. I'm trying to think which my favourites have been. I quite liked Kung Fury, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
That was alright. What was last week's? Lara Croft Go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's all been a bit meh lately. Like, nothing too bad, but nothing really.
Well. It's funny you should say that you've been let down by the quality of your toilet games recently. Because have I got a treat for you this week? As you know, we like to do fairly new releases, don't we? We like to stay on the cusp of the mobile gaming industry.
Bleeding edge.
And one I saw released a few days ago, something I thought you'd be particularly interested in, and that is Love Rocks starring Shakira.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm not I'm trying to figure out what this might even be. So Love Rocks
starring Shakira.
So does that mean love is awesome? As in, love rocks? Or, here, I've got you some love rocks. They're a bit like love hearts or friendship bracelets.
Well, I think it's actually a bit of a pun. And it, in fact, means both of those.
No, it's not like Tetrisy or Candy Crush.
Oh, you're a clever boy, you are. Now, this looks like some delightful Candy Crush clone. Except it has Shakira in it.
Shakira's face, Shakira's body, Shakira's music.
We love a bit of Shakira, don't we? Her hips certainly do not lie.
They've never lied to anyone, as far as I'm aware.
Well, let's have a look at the blurb, shall we? Join Shakira in a gorgeous, gem-filled puzzle game and spread the love wherever, whenever. Did you get that? That was one of her songs, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The creators of Angry Birds have teamed up with pop superstar Shakira to create...
I just say, the team who created Angry Birds have sold out with Shakira. Sorry.
That's okay. You've not really interrupted anything good. But I will tell you that from now until October the 28th, play Love Rocks past level 12 and get a free code to download a free song from Shakira's album. So if that's not incentive to play it, I don't know what is.
Is that any album in particular, or any particular song, or do you choose? Because I don't want some fucking bonus track shit that wasn't good enough to make the actual album.
Oh, I think it's a whole album. I think it's the whole She-Wolf album.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. This could be our best value one yet.
It could, because I don't know if I've said, but it's free to play. So you've got absolutely nothing to lose other than your time, dignity, self-respect.
Mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, how do you feel about that one?
Amused. I think would be the choice word.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I'm sure you and Shakira will be very happy together.
I'm thrilled. Free game, free album. I have to find out how hard it is to get to level 12, but, you know.
I believe in you. Shakira believes in you.
That's good to know.
Cool. Well, shall we move on to bargain bin bundle bollocks?
Yeah, I want to hear about your bollocks, please.
Okay, let me tell you. This week, from a Indiegala Hump Day bundle.
Is that what, as in Wednesday?
Yes, that's correct. I made a note of it this time because I always forget what bundle I actually bought these shitty games from. So I actually wrote it down this time. So yeah, it's a Hump Day bundle, which included 12 games of high quality for around £2, the similar kind of figure that I usually pay. And the one I chose out of that bundle was a game called Gynophobia.
Wait, Gynophobia? Fear of vagina?
Close. Very close.
Fear of caves?
Getting a bit further away there. It's in fact Fear of Women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fear of Women. Now, this is it's a special game. It's a unique experience. I think it was made by one person, and it's about a protagonist who, as the title suggests, has a deep-rooted fear of women. I don't know why, but yeah, apparently he has a real phobia of ladies.
Might be a fear of the unknown.
Maybe. Some sad virgin. Possibly.
All right, slagging him off.
Sorry. Right, yeah, Gynophobia. So you start off in... I think you start off in your mum's bedroom, of all places.
What?
Which is... I know.
Well, this might be part of the problem. This is why he's scared of women.
Yeah.
He's just woken up in his mum's bed. Can't remember anything.
His mum wasn't there, thankfully.
Last thing he remembers is his mum passing him a drink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you start in your mum's bedroom. Just kind of wander around a bit.
Look through the drawers.
Yeah. Her pants and bra are scattered around, which is nice.
Great.
And what did you do first? Oh, yeah, so you have a quick look around your house. And you see a computer with a game on it. So I was like, oh, I wonder if you can do anything with this. So you press the use button, and then it actually puts you in the game. And what it is, it's this game that you play on his computer. It's just a shitty, basic horror shooter. I was like, oh, this is a fun little Easter egg, isn't it? You can play this crappy game within the game. So you're playing that for a bit, and it's a bit shocking, but it's this kind of novelty value, isn't it? The graphics are terrible, and the gameplay's really basic. You just kind of have these zombies running after you. You have to keep shooting them. I'm playing it for a while. I'm like, okay, well, this was funny, but I've had enough of this now. I'll just quit. And it turns out you can't. So this game on the computer, from what I could tell, is actually a tutorial for the main game.
Okay.
And this shitty horror game, which I thought was just a joke, is actually pretty representative of the gameplay of Gynophobia.
Right.
Now, not necessarily graphically. Graphically, it's probably on par with... Actually, to be fair, graphically and complexity-wise, it's kind of reminiscent of a N64 game, is what I felt. It kind of reminded me of playing Quake and some other kind of horror shooters back in the day.
Yep.
So, very basic, simple. You eventually finish this mini game on the computer and you're transported back to the house. And then there's a knock at the door. You go to the door and look through the peephole, and there's a woman there with massive overdone tits. And then he starts shaking in fear.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it says, shaking in fear.
Yeah, that's it. That's what happened. So he just kind of runs away from the door. And then, I think... This is the weird part. There's something on the table from his mum. It says, like, I don't know, eat this, sweetie, or something. And you
made that mistake before.
Well, yeah, and then it kind of drugs you, I think.
No wonder this guy's fucked up. Jesus.
It's not too surprising, is it? So then he kind of passes out on his bed and goes into this weird fever dream where there's like zombie women everywhere because he's scared of women. And
yep,
it's just shit, really.
Long story short, it's shit.
It's just utter bollocks. It's really basic, crappy, old school horror shooter game. Nothing going for it at all. It's quite difficult, but it's not enjoyable. I couldn't bear to play it for too long. The graphics are dreadful. The character models are awful. They really are kind of, as I say, sort of N64, PS2 at best kind of quality. That's probably a disservice to the PS2, really. Yeah.
I think it sounds to me like a lot of that game, you didn't spend very much time of it in the actual game world. So you spent ages in a tutorial on a game within a game. Then there was a little bit where you actually met someone within that game world, and then you went back to sleep and into another area that was... So it sounds like in terms of our lovely protagonist Virgin, he's just... he's not really getting on with life, is he?
No, he isn't. It's quite bad, really. At one stage, his phone vibrates. This is while he's still in the house. And he gets a message from his dad. And I can't remember it, so I'm paraphrasing somewhat. But it said something like, I'm glad you went to the doctor and determined that you have this real phobia of women. It's like that phobia of spiders you have. But anyway, I'm glad you've checked it out and are getting it sorted, because I just thought you were gay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. So that was a relatively tasteful addition.
Yeah. So they've pretty much alienated the homosexual audience there.
Yeah, pretty much.
For those players.
To be honest, they've alienated any self-respecting gamer. I mean,
I just wonder what's going on here. Like the game designer, like is this his issues that he's decided to?
It might be
put in a game.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? He's sat at home in his mum's bedroom, and this is his way of dealing with his issues.
Well, I don't blame you not for not seeing that one through.
No, I couldn't stand spending too much time on that one. I have got, I don't want to spoil it, but I have got a couple of juicy looking ones for next week. Just bought a good bundle from Humble Bundle. Let's just say I'm looking forward to one or two out of that lot.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I shall look forward to hearing about it.
Yes, you'll hear about it soon. Okay. Well, features done. Games we've been playing done. Let's go on to news.
Let's do that.
The first interesting thing which has happened lately, just because it's quite funny, is one of the latest releases of Dota 2. So that's Valve's version of League of Legends. MOBA kind of thing. It's built on the Source engine, which is what was initially used for Half-Life, Half-Life 2, etc. Or maybe just Half-Life 2. I can't remember. Anyway, new version of the Source engine, and that's what Dota 2 is running on. One of the latest updates, people were looking through all the files, and they found one called hl3.txt.
Yep.
And, well, we know all about the saga of Half-Life 3 and how people have been begging Valve for years for them to finally release it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, not only... Technically, there was Half-Life 2 Episode 3, which we're still waiting on, which will probably never happen, but then also Half-Life 3 as well. So when people found this file, yeah, they were going pretty mental. There was a bit of information in it, something about, I think, Squad AI. So something which was relevant to Half-Life 3 to some extent, if that is something which might happen in the game. And I would think that this is just a joke from Valve, having a bit of a laugh at the internet community, just because people have been going mad for so long now, trying to desperately find any mention of Half-Life 3, and I think they've just put it in as a funny little Easter egg, just to wind people up.
Well, yeah, when you first said it, that did spring to mind, whether it's just a bit of trolling. I don't... Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Especially seeing as people harp on about it so much.
Or maybe there really will be Half-Life 3, and they're secretly working on it. Alright, moving on. Next thing. Hideo Kojima, after all the drama that happened, has now apparently left Konami as of the 9th of October.
Mm-hmm.
But Konami says that he hasn't.
Right, okay.
So, apparently he's left the company. He's not allowed to work at another games company for another few months. And there's even a picture that's been leaked of him having a right jolly time at his leaving party. But because Konami are arseholes and don't want to admit anything's wrong, they're just saying, no, he's not leaving. He's just going on holiday.
Right, okay. He's going on holiday with another company.
And for a very long time. But that's Konami for you.
Yep.
A special company right there.
I was thinking, like, it'll be interesting to see what the future of Metal Gear is.
Probably
now.
Terrible. Sad to say.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see what non-Metal Gear games Kojima will now work on. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, they'll probably be equally weird and funky.
Hopefully.
So we'll look forward to
That's
that.
what we want.
Yeah.
Sweet. Final little bit of news. This was kind of leaked a few days ago. Apparently, Nintendo have begun shipping dev kits for the Nintendo NX thing. So that's their next console after the Wii U, because the Wii U's tanked terribly. And I think some details have leaked about it as well. Kind of what we imagined, that it's probably going to be some kind of handheld console hybrid, or it's somehow going to link the two together, something like that. It'll be interesting to see.
Yep.
But what it does suggest is that maybe the console isn't that far from release. Nintendo have been saying, "Oh, don't worry, the Wii U's got loads of life left in it yet."
Yeah, we never believed that.
No, we didn't. Sorry, Nintendo. So yeah, we may be finding more out about it soon.
Well, I don't know. I've kind of lost interest in Nintendo, it's sad to say.
Really?
I'm always going to, take a look at what they do, but I don't know. It's all, to me, it's always seemed like they've been trying to innovate all the time, but it's just gone down the gimmicky route, whereas they used to be at the forefront, and then their innovations got, copied by everyone else, like with the analog sticks and stuff. But now it just seems like it's just another gimmicky console with all the same games that they were releasing 10 years ago.
Well, let's see what kind of exciting gimmicks the NX has in store, shall we?
Let's. I'd like to be proven wrong, but
yeah.
As I say, I can't see myself buying a Nintendo console, or at least I can't see myself prioritising a Nintendo console over the others, like I maybe would have done back. N64 was my favourite.
Absolutely,
of that generation.
I've got my gaming PC. I've got my PS4. So my Wii U's just a nice bonus extra. It's got some good games on it, but as you say, you couldn't prioritise that over a standard next-gen console or a gaming PC.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. Well, that's my cat in the background. Shut up!
The puss. Always likes to come on and say hello.
He does. He likes the attention.
He's good.
Well, that's the news. A few bits we had. So it's releases time. What have we got? What have we got coming up? Or that's already come out?
What's the date today? 20th.
20th.
So it looks like we've got another game in the Tales series out today.
Do you like the Tales games?
I do. I think it's one of those games where I've had enough of them now. I did. I loved Symphonia, Tales of Symphonia. Played that. I think I did pretty much everything in that. Completed it, the extra bosses, blah blah blah. I did the vast majority of Vesperia, which sounds a lot like this one. So Tales of Vesperia, and now this is what Tales of Zestiria.
Zestiria, yeah.
And I didn't think there was a massive leap from Symphonia to Vesperia, and they're all kind of. To me, it seems like it ain't broke, won't fix it kind of thing. But I don't think. I don't think it's a series I'm interested in anymore. Although
that's fair.
I have enjoyed the titles in the past.
Cool. So that's come out today on PC. I presume it's also coming out on console. Well, I'm sure it's definitely coming out on consoles as well, whether that was today or a different day. So that's that. We've then got Guitar Hero Live. That's coming out for obviously an assortment of different consoles. And what do you reckon to this? Because I know, like me, you're traditionally more of a Rock Band fan, but Rock Band 4's not looking that exciting.
No. I kind of went towards Rock Band. I started out Guitar Hero. I think there was one that pissed me off. I think it might have been Guitar Hero 5. And I really didn't enjoy it, so I kind of went Rock Band. I liked having them both, really, just because bit of variety. But I can't remember how it works. I seem to have different ones at different times. I think it might have been like when one drum kit broke, I bought the other game, went that side or something like that. But
yeah, sure.
For a bit of variety, but yeah, I think I'd be inclined more to go towards Rock Band. But in terms of these two, the Rock Band set list to me was pretty tame. I don't really know much about Guitar Hero.
Okay. I don't know. I have heard people are impressed that it's trying some new things, because Rock Band sounds very samey, whereas Guitar Hero is mixing it up a bit by the sounds of it, which is something.
Yeah, that is good. I must admit, watching Rock Band 4 review, I think I turned it off halfway through because I was bored and it just looks like another Rock Band.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
even
fair.
The career, but that's fine. That's what I'd want it for anyway. Like, I'd still probably go down the Rock Band route just so I could put all the Green Day songs on.
Cool.
Assuming you can put Green Day Rock Band on Rock Band 4.
Maybe.
And there's an AC/DC one as well.
Oh yeah, there is, isn't there?
So I'd want all those, but yeah, I'll have to do some before, because I do think I'll get one or the other. So I'll just have to do a bit more research before I decide which one.
What else have we got coming?
We've got Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Yeah, Ass Creed.
Ass Creed.
Wonderful.
We all like a bit of Ass Creed.
We do. Especially after Punity, which was so warmly received. That was a buggy piece of shit, apparently.
Yeah, I've given up on Assassin's Creed.
But this one's in old Blighty.
Okay, I don't know anything about it.
That's all I know, is that it's actually in London.
Right.
Which is kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Be patriotic.
So it got Big Ben.
Yeah, the last Ass Creed game I played was number 2.
Has it got the London Eye in it?
I hope so. I'd probably be inclined to think not.
I'd thoroughly enjoy diving off the top of the London Eye into some hay.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? That really will be a missed opportunity if it hasn't.
Yeah.
Go on, Ubisoft.
Even if it's
Deliver.
DLC, come on. Give us London Eye and Ass Creed.
Okay. What else? Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes on the 3DS, also on the 23rd of October. What can I say? It's a Zelda game. It's a co-op Zelda game. This is like that Four Swords that they did years ago on the Game Boy Advance? Or was it the first DS? I don't know.
I can't remember. I do remember the game because it made me think of that, but yeah.
But yeah, instead of 4, there's 3 of you. And yeah. I'm not too keen on these kind of spin-off Zeldas. I prefer the main entries in the series. Not a lot is really getting me excited about that one. Plus as well, I don't have many friends, particularly not friends with 3DSs. In fact, I think I know one other person, maybe 2, who have a 3DS. And
they're not your friends.
Well, yeah. Are we all going to buy Zelda and actually coordinate playing it together, co-op? I doubt it.
No. It seems something that's more likely to happen in schools than...
Maybe.
I don't know.
So, anything else on the horizon?
I believe Halo 5's on the horizon.
Halo? Halo 5. Now, this is one game. Makes me really wish I had an Xbone. Not many games I can say that about. In fact, this is probably the first. But I do like Halo. I think it's more of a nostalgia thing. I've just got so many good memories of playing Halo. I mean, the first one, this is back in the day when you're kids and you all have loads of spare time. I actually used to have 3 mates around my house and we'd play multiplayer on the first Halo, and we had 2v2, and it was always the same teams, and we actually used to coordinate strategies and everything, like think up tactics while we were at school, and then play Halo when we got home. That was great. There was Halo 2, pretty awesome entry into online gaming, and then Halo 3, which I absolutely played the shit out of, both with real people in person and over the internet. Are you much of a Halo fan?
Not really.
No? Doesn't float your boat?
I couldn't tell you the last time I played. I think I played it when I was at uni, so what, 7, 8 years ago was the last one. Last time I played a Halo game. I don't know why. I played a lot of the original one. Quite enjoyed it, but I don't know.
I think for me it just has a special place in my heart. All the fond memories. Do have some good memories of Halo. But yeah, I don't have an Xbone, and there's no point spending, what, 250 quid for one game, really?
Well, yeah, that's it.
Not a lot of point.
It's a bit of a shame. Do you think you'd mainly play online, or?
I'd be intrigued to try the campaign. I always find the Halo campaigns, since the first one, kind of forgettable. But yeah, the multiplayer online is always really good. So that would be where I'd spend most of my time.
So a lot of people are going to be juiced for this, undoubtedly.
Well, what's funny is that I've not actually heard much buzz about it. Such a famous, popular series that isn't out every year like COD, so people shouldn't be getting sick of it. Yeah, I've not heard a lot of excitement. I really hope it does turn out to be awesome.
Yep.
We'll find out soon enough, I guess. A few days.
Yeah, we'll probably end up discussing it next time.
Hopefully.
There'll be something in the news about it, I would have thought.
More than likely. Hopefully it's not broken, like the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, it's a common thing, isn't it? Broken.
We do love our broken games.
Have we talked about the Master Chief Collection on here before?
I can't actually remember now. Don't know. Podcast's been going for a little while, hasn't it? Considering there's only 10 episodes before this, we have actually been doing it for quite a while, just not as regularly as we'd have liked.
As we originally anticipated, yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure if it was far back enough that we were doing it. Pass. Not sure.
Well, anyway, yeah, let's hope
Halo
it's not
5.
broken.
Hopefully not.
Lovely.
I'm sure all the Xboners will be loving it.
Yep. They'll all have Xboners for this one.
They will indeed. Good old Master Chief. I think that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah, we're done. We are done for today.
Lovely. As ever, this one's taken a bit longer than we'd have hoped, but it's here now. Worth waiting for. Probably be about 2 weeks since the last one, ish.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, sorry. It's here.
Sorry, folks.
Cool. But we hope you enjoyed listening. I'm sure they did, didn't they? I'm sure they loved it.
I think so.
Yeah. You loved it, didn't you? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anything else to say, Christopher?
I don't think so. Thanks for listening, folks. And if you'd enjoyed it, please leave us a review on iTunes or wherever. And we'll be sure to thank you.
Oh, yes. Okay. Farewell.
Yeah.
Love you long time.
Love you long time. Till next time.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Peace out.
Okay, so you know how I was telling you that there's an overwhelming amount of acronyms in Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, I do remember you
so
saying.
much so that you run around and like go to this, go to that. Like, or mention this, mention that. What the fuck is that? And I wanted to check that I wasn't overreacting and just saying there's loads of acronyms when there's only like a few. And suffice to say, there is a load of them. But rather than just tell you what they all are, I thought it'd be more fun to have a game of Acronymphomaniac.
Wow. That
AKA,
does sound good.
Guess the acronym. So I won't do too many, because we'll be here all day. But I'm happy to give you a clue with each one, because they are difficult. Like, I don't think I'd get any of them. But I'll give you 5 or 6 and see if you can guess what the acronym is.
So, from not having played the game at all and knowing nothing about it,
Yeah.
I've got to guess some obscure acronyms.
Yep. I'll try.
Let's do it.
I'll try and go to not so obscure.
Okay. It sounds fun,
But
I'm up for it.
As I say, I still don't think. Now, the first two, you're in for a fighting chance, because I have mentioned these to you.
Oh, God.
So this is a test of if you've paid any attention. So, acronym number 1. FOB. And I'll give you a clue. It's not Fallout Boy.
Oh, good.
And it's related to the online features.
I have heard this one. It's the forward operating base, isn't it?
It is the forward operating base.
Oh, yes.
You're absolute. So I'll give you a full point for
Crowd
that.
goes wild.
Well done. Okay.
Number 2.
Number 2. And I've mentioned this one as well. So ACC.
I want to say it's like an APC. So, armored something carrier.
Okay, so
Am I way off?
yeah. So
Oh dear.
for a half point, if I pick any of the 3, and I'll tell you what it is, and then see if you can get it. So pick any of the 3 letters. So ACC. I'll tell you what one of the words is, see if you can guess it.
Okay. The middle C.
Command.
Oh, God. So it's not going to be armoured command carrier. That would be stupid. So... Oh, bloody hell, this is difficult. Not doing very well here. I'm going to have to pass, even with the clue. I don't think I can get that.
Oh,
Assault
I don't
command?
blame you.
Assault command something?
Nope.
Maybe? Oh, fuck. Go on. Put me out my misery.
Aerial Command Center. So this is your little, basically the helicopter.
helicopter.
Yeah. And for ages it's like, oh, pick your mission from the ACC. It's like, what the fuck's the ACC? So
Bloody
okay.
hell.
So I'll make a note. No points on that one.
No.
Okay. Next one I'll go for. This one is relatively easy, I think.
We'll see about that.
LZ.
It's got to be landing zone.
There you go.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Full point for that one. Okay, this one has been in previous games before.
But I've never played any of them.
Okay, so
But go on.
and I'll give you a clue that it's fighting related.
Okay.
So CQC.
That's close quarter combat, isn't it?
Oh yes. Oh, well done.
Ooh.
You're on a roll.
Sweet.
Okay.
I am happy with that.
Get a bit tougher now.
Oh, no.
GMP, and this is your equivalent of money in.
GMP, and it's the equivalent of money.
Yeah. So yeah.
Global monetary pennies.
That's correct. No, it's not.
I thought so. Yeah, go on.
Do you know of GDP in real life?
That's something to do with growth, isn't it? GDP.
It's an economics term.
Isn't it like overall profit or income of a country or something, or growth of a country. I have heard of it.
Oh well.
GDP.
Anyway, it shares two with that. So
Okay.
GDP is gross domestic product.
Okay. So it's gross money product. No, it isn't, is it?
No. So that one, and again, I don't think you're ever going to get that. Gross military product. So that's
military. Yeah.
So that's
makes
another one you
sense.
get. You know, you read for ages, got more GMP, and then you think, hey, what the hell's that?
So that's a currency.
Well, I don't know whether it's a currency or just the way it tracks your total, I don't know, resources or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But you do in the game you do spend it like money basically.
Cool.
And you get paid GMP for missions and stuff. So, okay, I'll. Although there's plenty more we could go through, I'll do one last one, which I thought was relevant for you because it's a double D, DD.
DD.
And it's not the kind of DDs you like.
Not the big bouncy ones.
No. Well, it's kind of bouncy.
Oh, is it? That's a clue, isn't it?
And so this one's a bit of a double one because it's related to the organisation, so Big Boss's organisation itself, but also their mascot.
Oh, really? I don't know who that is, but okay.
So, well, think of it. It's an animal.
Oh. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, I have heard of this. Isn't the second word dog?
Second word is dog.
Oh, I don't know the first, though.
So
he's one of your dogs, isn't he?
Yeah, so there's a dog, and it's referred to as DD and also D-Dog.
D-Dog.
But he's also named, the mascot is kind of named after their group of, well, their militia, their little private militia as well.
I don't think I can guess the first D, but yeah, I have heard of him. So, is there actually a word for the first D?
Yeah.
Okay. No, give up.
So that one is Diamond Dog.
Diamond Dog, right.
So the dog is DD or D-Dog or Diamond Dog, and the group is the Diamond Dogs.
Good boy. Nice doggy.
He's an excellent dog. He's one of the buddies that you can take
Lovely.
along. So there you go.
Well, I did enjoy that. I was a bit shit at it, but
you did well. You got forward operating base, close quarters combat, and landing zone. So, and to be fair, it's so obscure, but I just thought it'd be an interesting way to demonstrate how many acronyms you have to put up with in this game, and that's obviously only scratching the surface of them. They're all over the place.
very good. Thank you for that.
My pleasure.
Well, goodbye.
Take care.